All right, so you guys always ask about the bracelets on my wrist. Yes, they are Rastaclat bracelets. Yes, I have quite a few. I don't have enough though, which is probably why I went ahead and took advantage of the Memorial Day sale, but it's an amazing company. I've talked about them before, and more than ever, seeking the positive is certainly something we need to do, but it's not the only thing we need to do. We have to do more. So let's go ahead and unbox what I got, and let's talk about the brand itself.
I surround my soul with the positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see. Yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more fun. I still dream about the days when we were young.
What's up everybody, it's your girl TJ back with another video, Talks with TJ, aka TJ2 Swoosh Chains. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, all things considered. Now I have no idea when you're watching this because a lot of videos are being moved around based on different things that occur or just maybe topics or discussions I want to have with you all on my platform. So whatever day it is, thank you for tuning in. If you're brand new, think about subscribing, hit the subscribe button there. I don't badger you guys for likes. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a like. Either way, I appreciate you being here. I know that time, energy is very valuable right now. So if you're choosing to spend it with me, I really, really do appreciate it. I think we have to be very aware of what we're allowing into our space right now. There's a lot going on, very high emotion, very high tension. I think change can certainly happen and come. As we know now, charges have been updated. So the guilty officer, I am saying that, he has now been charged. It's been upgraded to second-degree murder, and then the other 3 officers have been charged. I won't lie, I think the initial coroner needs to be charged as well. I feel like he was complicit based on the very first autopsy report that he produced, but those are just my personal opinions. So diving into the video today, if you are not aware, I feel like you could be living under a rock if you don't know about Rastaclat, but their message is seek the positive. Now you may think, you know, what is a little bracelet that's either braided or like 2-strand? What is that going to do for me in terms of, you know, my mindset and things like that? And sometimes we don't understand that the way our mind works, or a lot of times it goes off triggers. And being able to see something that's just a little reminder of good in the midst of bad, it can do a lot. It can certainly do a lot. And for all of us, sneakers can be that little thing, right? I mean, if you have seen my budgeting ebook or taken a look in the description box, part of the title has to do with enjoying the little things, because I do think it's the little things that really enrich and enhance life. And for a lot of us, it is sneakers. Now, these are great to coordinate with your sneakers. I'll go ahead and link a few of their creators on Instagram below that consistently post amazing content, whether it's flat lays or actually coordinating their bracelets with their sneakers. And their clats, it's like Clat Life. And I love it. The colors are always fun. So these are the ones that I have now. I wanted some new ones. They had their Memorial Day sale. I didn't want to pass it up whatsoever, so I picked up 2. Now 3 of them I was gifted, you guys know from my previous video. So this is the International Women's Day one, this is that one, this one here I was also gifted, and then this is the St. Patrick's Day one, which is absolutely amazing. It goes great with the Pine Green 2.0s that I have. So now I picked up 2 more. So this is actually considered the Upwind braided bracelet. Okay, so very, very kind of similar to this one here, just in terms of the color scheme. And then you guys already know my heart, my beloved Yankees, which baseball is still dragging its feet. I don't understand baseball. Get it together. The NBA is supposed to be back end of July, and I'm very excited because, again, that's an awesome getaway. Very, very excited. So these are the 2 that I went with. Now, I have a baby wrist, so ladies or even men, if you have smaller wrists, It does benefit you to go with like the women's actual sizing because it's meant for small to medium wrist versus medium to large wrist. Just keep that in mind. So I don't know how the Yankees one will fit. I'm only saying that because I do have a little wrist. So let's hope and pray, guys. It fits well. It's gonna be a little bit bigger on me, but you know what? That's fine. I will deal with it. I will deal with it. I have to suffer through. Again, I just have a really little wrist, but I'm for sure still gonna rock it. So we have the Yankees one. This one I know for sure will fit because it's an actual women's bracelet in itself. But I'll definitely style this now. You know that with the Yankees, I have 2 Yankees jerseys actually. It's probably an oxymoron that I have Jeter's jersey and A-Rod's jersey, especially with the riff they had. Okay, both were amazing hard workers. Y'all know Jeter is my all-time favorite athlete. Both were amazing hard workers for all of the flaws that A-Rod may have had with the team in that moment in those years. You cannot deny the athlete he was. And I mean, he kind of became like a problem, but he was our problem and I still loved him. So I have a Jeter jersey and I have an A-Rod jersey. And of course, Yankees hats, we all know that would look and go great. And then with this one, I mean, don't get me wrong. With the blue, I have a lot. I mean, I think this would still go great with the Flint 13s. But I think I have some other things I can maybe style this with as well. So we'll see. Just some little light B-roll, nothing too crazy. But if you don't know, David, the CEO, the founder of Rastaclat, he actually was born in Kenya and he came over here to the United States and he shared some very intimate and passionate details about the fact that it's hard right now, right? He's a leader. People are looking to him for answers. He has Seek the Positive behind him in big, bold letters, but he understands that that's not enough right now. Yes, we need to operate and come from love, come from compassion, come from empathy, come from kindness. Those are all things that are very, very true. I stand by that. I try and live by that. Even when I'm personally done wrong, I try and live by that. But it's kind of going to go back to a saying that faith without works is dead, right? We can have faith that love will help transform everyone at some point if we just continue to push it home and work for it. But that doesn't mean that it's going to happen without change, without difficult conversations. And when I say difficult conversations, when people say I need you to be an ally beyond just on social media, this is what I'll liken this to. You post on social media. I know Blackout Tuesday, a lot of people posted black squares and solidarity and hashtag Blackout Tuesday, and that was supposed to be a moment for all things that educated people on the plight of Black people in America and just how deep systematic racism runs from when we're little in school, just all the way up through the rest of our adult lives. And I would say this, that when we say the difficult conversation you will have to have, or we want you to have, it's gonna be at the dinner table. It'll be in your group of friends and not a single Black person is around. It may be at work. It may be one-on-one with a friend. You will need to have those conversations in which you call out racist remarks, racist behaviors, racist undertones, and it's going to be on a micro and a macro level. And I'll say that it's going to be difficult. You can think that it won't, but I want you to know in that moment, you're probably going to feel your heart rate. It's gonna race faster. You're gonna get a little anxious. It's gonna be very uncomfortable. Because I want you to be prepared to possibly get into a very heated argument and discussion. Because very often if people are making racist remarks, they are not even aware of it because it's second nature. Maybe not second nature because they just openly hate Black people, but they've been conditioned to simply say certain things and it's okay and it's fine. And they don't even understand the effect that it could have. Because I've been that person sitting there. I'll tell you a personal story. I've been that person sitting there. I was in a fraternity house during my undergraduate years in college. I will not name names or the fraternity, but I was there in a group of friends. It's all of us sitting there. I was actually dating one of the gentlemen, and some program was playing on TV, and one of his fraternity brothers, which was white, chose to call the Black person on the television the N-word. And then he looked to me casually to say, oh, well, I don't mean you. Because for him, there was this distinction that it was okay to call a black person out of their name in a derogatory way if they fit a certain stereotype, if they had a certain negative connotation to them or their behavior or the way they carried themselves or what they did. But then to think it wouldn't be offensive just because you said, oh, it's not, I'm not talking about you. And in that moment, you're almost paralyzed and frozen, and you sit there because you're so upset. Like I'm letting you know, as a black person, you get upset because you just dealt with this from somebody you thought was your friend. And then the person I was seeing at the time came to say, hey, you know, he was stupid for saying that. You know, I don't think that he meant to be hurtful anyway. It's fine, but for you to not mean to be hurtful, but understand, a racist remark is what it is. And the teachable moment, we learn best in those teachable moments. So if you hear someone say that, if you hear conversations like that, call it out right then. And I'll give you a really good thing that you can do if you're questioning, okay, so how do I go about this? What's a way? If they make a remark, it can be on a micro level, but still be racist. Ask them why they said that. Just ask why. Because getting down to why you think something is okay will lead you to really see what you're doing. So ask them why they said X, Y, or Z. And when they say, oh, well, I mean, you know, I didn't mean anything by it. Okay, so if you didn't mean anything by it, why'd you say it? Keep asking why, because very often if you keep asking why, they will have to come to the understanding they don't even know why they're saying what they're saying, even if it's wrong. Those are the teachable moments that need to happen. That's how action happens outside of just social media. And I think if we start to have those conversations, that's when things can change. Now, again, I think systematic change happens when you vote, happens when you get leaders in place that are going to actually execute the change that needs to be had. But when David of Rastaclat says that we have to do more than just seek the positive, we do need to be positive. You need to look down and see something to uplift you sometimes, because our heads can be down because we're dealing with so much. So sometimes it helps to look down, see a little bit of positivity. It might get you through a moment, might get you through a little crying spell, and you'll keep going. I hope that you keep going. I hope that you do keep going. So if you have not, listen, I don't have a discount code. I don't work with them in that way. So if you choose to want to go get any bracelet with them, by all means, please do. I love them. They coordinate with so much. I'm a little jealous of the grads of 2020, even though you guys did not graduate in the traditional way. They actually got grad clats, which look their actual like graduation, like the cord from graduating, and I thought that was just super cool. That was very unique. So class of 2020, if you guys were able to pick those up, they had one in black and one in gold. I thought those were cool. I'm good on being in school though. I went through my college years literally twice, so I'm good on being in school, but I will continue to buy more clats, and I will continue to clats, however you would like to say it. But yeah, I'm glad you just have picked these up for myself. Little pick me up. All right, that's long enough. As always, act your age and not your shoe size. Please do seek the positive, but please also be accountable and try to enact that change that we need. Peace out.